Hello, hi, this is Nick995. I haven't uploaded in like 6 days. Uh, for this video, I just want to talk about the Expanse series. The Expanse is a a science fiction series. It came out, the TV show came out back in 2015. Like I'm reading the books, I'm on book 2 right now. Really good, like a very good series. Very, very good series, you know. Uh, the season 5 is coming next Wednesday, I believe December 16th. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that. This one right here was last year. This is the poster for season 4, so that was last year. But yeah, the Expand series, man, this is an amazing series. It's like basically like in the future, humans we live in space. There's different factions. There's people that live on Mars, Martians. There's Earthers. And then there's Belters. Belters are like people that live on outer planet areas in the solar system. And then they've crafted like this amazing world where there's a feuds between, like you'll see like lots of fights between Martians and Earthers. Like Mars and Earth are they're at war, But in this future though, however, Earth has about 30, I believe it's about 70 billion people. So it's a lot of people that live on Earth. A lot of people live on Earth. And it's a massive population. So you really get to see things like many people that don't have jobs. Unemployment rate like is very high. If you compare that to Mars, I believe Mars only has 5 billion people, and then Mars, they're so focused on terraforming like the planet to make Mars more like Earth. So like with water, they could make trees grow trees on Mars, but Mars mostly has it so Mars is very military oriented, very military oriented. So a lot of their younger citizens will join the military at a young age and they fight against Earth. But it's just amazing world building. And then you have obviously Belters. Belters they're scattered like all around like different areas. You'll have Jupiter, Saturn, like these outer planets, and then but like it really shows you how dangerous space is. That's a good thing about this show. Like for example, like Belters, they're since they're born like in space with a lower gravity than on Earth, Belters can't live like in a high gravity area. Otherwise, their bones will they can't move as well. They get motion sickness. And then plus though it really goes into like a lot of stuff like air, air supply, water supply, how much food you have. Only certain areas like in the solar system will grow food. For example, Ganymede, which is near Jupiter, or is it Saturn? Now one of them. Ganymede moon. So like resources are very limited. Like when you're out like in the belt in the outer planets, and then Belters, they always look at Martians and Earthers as inners. I call them inners. Inners like people that like they're like basically people that live like near Earth and Mars. But it's like so much world building. I really feel like it's like it reminds me a lot of Game of Thrones. Like when you see the North versus the South, and you have the Riverlands, you have the Stormlands, you have the man. It's just so good. It's so good. And plus you have Essos, but the main thing though, like with season 1, this video like is only gonna be about season 1 or book 1. It's very suspenseful. There's a lot of suspense in in it. There's this one mystery in it where there's something they call the proto molecule. And the proto molecule is basically like this kind of virus alien type. Well, it's not really a virus, kind of alien type technology. It's kind of like nanites in a way, but it's like this bright blue stuff. But yeah, it basically infects people. Like if it comes in contact with organic material, like it'll infect you, and then like you'll eventually die. But there's a lot of mysteries to it too. Like you will die and then you'll come back like as a ghost kind of, and then but it basically has this proto molecule has a consciousness like of its own, I think. So it can like let's say that if it takes over like a certain area or so, it can eventually control because see like it's going for nuclear reactors. A protomolecule like it always target like it want it's extracted to energy, but like it's going for that, and then like it has like some consciousness, like it's like some brain or whatever. But yeah, it can control people. It can make you hear things that aren't there, hallucinate. But there's lots of and it's really great though. Like that's the main overall like thing in this series, where you have all these wars going on like between these factions, but the proto molecule comes and kind of ruins all that, and then I will not ruins all that. Like it kind of divides people even more because people can use this as an excuse as to why Earth and Mars aren't friends, you know, uh, or no, like Mars can weaponize the proto molecule and they'll use it against Earth, or vice versa. And another thing too, great characters, great characters. I love the characters in this show. So far though, like in the books, I only read up to the middle of book two. Middle of book two, there's 9 books, so each book has like 500 pages. But I only started reading it this year. But book one was very good. The characters, okay, as you see here, if you can see, James Holden, Amos, Naomi, and Alex. Yeah, so they're basically like the main characters in this. And then like you have more. You have Bobby. She's not in this picture. I'm not sure. Bobby Draper's Avrasarala. So yeah, they all have, and like these characters, they come from different places, like in the solar system. Like, and Naomi is from the Belt. She's a Belter. James Holden is a Earther. Amos is a Earther. Alex is a Martian. Bobby is Martian as well. So like you really get to see like these different and like they have different lifestyles and sleeping habits and but for the most part the main crew they get along in this, but sometimes there's personality differences there. And then like with him like James Holden, like he's always trying to do the right thing, but sometimes he can have an ego sometime, and he doesn't know like who to trust outside of his group because there's lots of political corruption too. And this show, like, you really sees it. I really see that through her, Avra Asarala. But yeah, great characters, great characters. Like, even like reading it in the books, it's like, whoa, this is amazing. I imagine like this was real. Meaning like these characters, they could teach you so much about like being in space. A lot of it goes into like teaches you a lot about physics and space. Like space is a dangerous, it's very dangerous going in space. There's no oxygen, and like if you're in the future, okay, this takes place 23 like in the 2300, so 300 years from now. I try to imagine so many things that would change from no now to then. So anyways, yeah, they have these ships. These ships can go like super fast, like light speed fast. No, not light speed, but super fast. And then basically like when these ships accelerate, they go so fast to the point where, oh yeah, like you will be sitting like in the ship, so the acceleration pushes you backwards, and then from that you can have a stroke eventually. Like it'll be dangerous. Like you can even run out of oxygen or whatever, and then like, you can't move. Like you can't move, and then there is a system like in the ship that sedates you. So you basically sleeping during this. So it's a very dangerous procedure because the ship is moving like at 3,000 miles per hour sometimes, like in space. Because remember, space, there's millions of kilometers between, or billions between planets and orbits and moons and different locations. So these ships have to go like super fast, like really fast, like very fast. So like it's very dangerous too. But you really like what I like about is the attention to detail about that physics, the laws of physics in space, survival in space, biology about the proto molecule. There's even these corrupt people. This one organization where they kind of teach people like to ignore the like to wipe away your emotions in the brain, and then they work on the proto molecule. It's so good. It's like it's really good. And yeah, but like again, like one of my favorite moments is like when you see like because Earth has so much influence over the solar system because Earth is like the main empire. It's like you see England taking over like 300 years back or 200 years back, like how England colonized so many countries. Like Earth is like basically like that. Like they can colonize certain places out in the outer planets belt. So, for example, like Earth sometimes will limit, like sometimes like belters, like there'll be like terrorist attacks like from the belt like onto Earth. So sometimes Earthers will limit like the amount of oxygen supply on like a certain station and like these domes in like way out like in the belt, and then the belters they get very upset. They curse out the Earthers or whatever, and then there's lots of feud between them. Like belters, there's a lot of stereotypes from them. No, I mean like they love to stereotype against inners. They love to. They're very quick to hate on inners, and uh, and like you really get to see like the difference in between like okay, like for example, like there's one scene where there's an Earth cop like on the inner station, and then but like this Earth cop like he's mostly grown up like in outer space, so but at the same time like he's not really used to space, so sometimes like he'll like go like into like space, and then like he won't be used, like he'll like throw up, and he's not really used to the motion sickness. It's kind of weird because if you live in domes, the domes basically make it so you're not like you're basically like in a regular atmosphere area, like you are here now, like on Earth. But the domes basically make it so like it kind of makes it well, it's relatively lower gravity, but like like you're not like in space floating. So sometimes though, like even some Earth-born belters can experience the motion sickness and all that. But anyways, that's my review on season one. Very great show. I highly recommend this show. I love this show, man. I love it so much, especially what happened after. This is my favorite show as of right now, especially what happened to Game of Thrones season 8. I love this show so much. It's coming back December 16th. I can't wait. Anyways, guys, please like, subscribe, share the video. Thank you.